Hey guys, Sharkyshark here. Welcome back to more daily routines. This is the 4th episode. Hope you enjoy. Hey, I'm Eric. Today I'm going to be telling you how I get on as being a dentist in my daily routine. Hope you enjoy. So I wake up really early in the morning. It's like 4:30, and that is how I usually get up in the morning. My roommate's normally still asleep, but I like to wake up early, and I'm not sure why. Anyway, I go straight to the bathroom, and the first thing I do is brush my teeth, of course. I don't have the fanciest of toothbrushes, but it gets the job done. After my teeth are brushed, I like to just chill out and play some video games for a bit. Like, it's just my thing. So, I normally play Sloth Simulator. It's like one of my favorite games ever. So yeah, that's what I play for a good hour or so. When 5 o'clock rolls around, I go off my video game and actually get changed into my dentist wear, and I get ready for the day. Normally, cause it's so early, no one's out or anyone's awake, but I normally pick up my food and breakfast at Chili Buns. The guy is super nice there, and he always makes my dinner and my beans, and I always leave him a tip. Once I gave him a tip, I go back to heat up my breakfast. After my breakfast, I like to head to the dentist. I'm normally the first one here because I just love to get things on time and be really early, so I place my food down just there, and I get ready for the day. I set up all the lights, turn on everything, and wait for everyone to come before the dentist opens. Once workers start arriving in, I like to know that the day is almost beginning and the dentist is about to open. The dentist opens at 7 a.m. every morning, every day, except for Sundays, because that's the break day. The dentist opens and I'm ready to work. My assistant normally arrives very late, as she doesn't tend to enjoy her job, but she does get here, and my assistant helps me out with cleaning some of the supplies. She also helps me out in examining some teeth and writing down information and documents, so she's pretty helpful. My assistant normally greets in the customers and the patients, so yeah, the dentist gets really busy all the time, so that's a thing, but I greeted my first customer, and I let her sit on the chair. Now, with every customer, I ask questions, and they have to answer them. Some of the questions are, do you brush twice a day? Do you eat healthily? You know, the basic questions, and is you're feeling any pain in your teeth? And if they reply with yes, I ask what tooth, and, you know, it's the standard things, and yeah, then I get down to work. So this lady today actually said that she had a mild pain at the back of her teeth. So all I did is I grabbed a mirror and one of these tools right here, and I started looking in her teeth. So I just say what teeth are in good conditions and what ones need sorting out a bit, and my assistant takes them down, writes on her computer about it, and it's all standard from there. This lady actually didn't brush her teeth today, she told me, so I said that's kind of bad and you need to brush them. But some of her teeth were a little crooked and some were eroded, but I think apart from that, her teeth were pretty fine. So all I did was I added this gel solution to her teeth. It really helps with crooked teeth, and it's really great. It holds the teeth in place a lot as well. So I did that, and I said that she was pretty much done. I said, make sure you brush your teeth when you go back home. She said goodbye, and that was our first customer done. We got our next patient in here, and we greeted her again. She seemed really nice, and everyone who I meet are always nice. And yeah, I asked her to sit on the chair and to get ready. After my assistant washed the new tools, I grabbed them and started checking on the lady's teeth. She said that her teeth were hurting every time she brushed them, so I think I knew what this was. I asked her, is it okay if we get a scan? She said that was fine. So I placed my tools down, and I grabbed the scanner tool, which was right in my cupboard, and placed it in her mouth gently. I told her to bite down hard, and I placed the scan thing down. Me and my assistant had to go into the lab to check up on her teeth. So the scan was complete, and my assistant was taking down notes, and I read out what I could see on the screen. It looked as though she had 2 holes in her teeth, and which was not bad, but it is still pretty bad and a really, really serious thing that you have to sort out immediately or you'll start experiencing a lot more pain. So we walked back in and told her that she had 2 holes in her teeth. And I asked her if you want another appointment for a refill and to refill the holes. And she said, yes, please. So I docked that down to the appointment and asked her to go talk to the man at the reception. And she said thanks very much, and that was her done. Third customer came up, and it was actually one of the little kids. Little kids are kind of hard to handle with, but this kid was actually great. He was really sensible, and he was awesome. So I asked him to sit down, and his mom was here to watch him. And yeah, I put a mouth guard in his mouth and to see what his teeth were like. So I checked his teeth with one of the more suitable tools for kids, lifted up his chair a bit. He started laughing because it was super funny. But yeah, anyway, I was checking his teeth and I asked his mom, was there any problems? And she said no, she just came for a checkup. So I said, that's fine. And his teeth were absolutely perfect. I asked the questions again. My assistant was writing the notes down and everything was going quite well. After our third patient was done, it was time for our lunch break, which we were actually pretty happy about. And so my assistant went to go to the food court to get her food, and I already had mine, so I enjoyed my chili bun meal. So I ate my meal, super delicious, and I also had to use some hand sanitizer as well to clean my hands, because I have to be sanitary in a dentist. And I got back to work. The next guy we had was pretty old. And he was just a little older, and he said that he'd been here before for a checkup, and we said that his teeth was bad. So I checked again just to make sure, and his teeth were not in great condition, I will tell you that. He said that his appointment was for hole fillings and rehabilitation, so I checked the book just to see if that was right, and yes, he was due for all of that checkup today, so me and my assistant got to work. This part is super interesting, so I'll talk you through what we actually did today. So first of all, we had to calm the teeth, so my assistant passed me the calming tool, and we calmed all the teeth down. After that, we had to numb the teeth, so my assistant got a needle, placed some stuff into it, and then I gave that to the patient to numb down his teeth so he won't feel any pain. After that, my assistant got one of the drill tools and passed it to me, and this is where I get to work. Now, I pulled one of his teeth out, and of course this would be super painful, but we numbed down his teeth so he wouldn't feel it, and my assistant took that to the lab to examine it. Then I got the next tooth out with a different type of tool to drill in a hole to refill it. So I'm just drilling out his teeth, and I also have to suck up the saliva as well. Yes, it is pretty gross, but we have to get the work done. And I also wash his teeth as well. This stage is pretty tedious. And then I also have to get out the chipped, eroded bits to clean up the teeth a little bit. And then finally, add the refiller to refill the holes of his teeth. My assistant puts the tooth in the tooth incubator, and we normally check up on teeth on Wednesdays, so we'll go check back on that later on. We usually check up on the DNA and all sorts like that. But then I told him to make sure you brush your teeth twice a day, and you should be back to normal in no time. He said thanks, and I said no problem at all, and he was off on his way home. And me and my assistant were pretty exhausted after that, but I think we had a few more people and we were finished for the day. A couple hours later, and we were starting to get super tired, but I think we had one more customer left. So we brought her in, and she actually wanted some braces. She was expecting some braces, so I checked the book to see if that was correct. And yes, she was due for braces, so that's what we did. Basically, we told her to open her mouth super wide for us, and we got to work straight away. I got the stapler bracer, and I also got this hook tool to hook around the wires of the bracer. Now, applying braces doesn't take too long, but it was still tedious, and we did get it done eventually, and she was pretty pleased with it. And my assistant was also taking down notes as well, and I told her what teeth were fine, and if there were any eroded, and she said that she does brush her teeth twice a day, so I was pretty happy about that. And yeah, it was all going pretty well. I finally applied her braces, and with every brace that I apply, I have to give everyone a notice of what they can and can't eat. So I told her stuff that she could eat and told her stuff that she can't eat, and I told her how long she had to keep them on for, and that make sure she can't eat anything too hard. And she was pretty happy, and she said thanks, and everyone's pretty polite here. And so she was on her way. Me and my assistant were super tired. I said bye to her, and she said bye, and I was on my way home. What I like to do before I head back to the resort is grab a nice snack of chips. I just love chips so much. You may expect me to eat probably something healthy and stuff, but when you're a dentist, you don't have to do that, because you know what to do. I enjoy my chips, sit down with my roommate, and we play some video games for the rest of the night. After we're done with our video games, we like to head to bed at the same time, because I'm not sure why, we just like to go to bed and have the place all quiet, but I go and brush my teeth once again, because that is what I have to do. I am a dentist after all, and I need to set a good example. But after that, I head to bed. And there you have it. As you can see, being a dentist is pretty hard work around here, but I get the job done, and I actually enjoy my job. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching my daily routine, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!